Hi, how are you all this evening? Please have a seat.
We are already sitting?
Okay. It's my understanding that you have some concerns about the content that is in the text I've chosen for this year's curriculum.
Yes, I absolutely have some problems. First of all, I hope you don't mind. I had to bring this laptop with me so I can make reference to the notes that I took previously. Would that be okay? All right. So getting back to the problems about what you have my daughter reading. Her first reading assignment, Who Am I Without Him, contains a lot of provocative language, advocates for violence, and demonstrates children disrespecting adults. The whole thing is about fighting and sex, and quite frankly, it is demeaning to young girls.
Mom, I know what sex is.
What do you mean you have my daughter reading about stuff nobody mentioned no pornography to me? What the hell's going on over here?
Hold on, Marcello. What do you mean you know about sex? You told me you're a virgin. You see what these books are doing to my innocent baby?
Unbelievable.
Seriously? You think that I learned about sex from reading these texts? I'm in high school. All anyone ever talks about is sex. You do know I get my period, right?
Alright, I don't want to hear about this shit. And get this janitor to cover up his ass. It's making me sick.
Do you mind if I sleep over here?
Excuse me?
Do you mind if I sleep over here?
Yeah, you need to take a walk over there.
Can't hear you with these headphones on. What?
You need to take a walk over there.
Alright, give me 5 minutes.
I've seen enough ass crack today, thank you. Well, I didn't come to this parent-teacher conference to look at some guy's ass. This is ridiculous now. Come on. Get a belt or something.
I'm sorry, were you talking to me?
You gotta be freaking kidding me, right?
Enough about his rear end. We have bigger problems here. Tell me, where did I go wrong? Oh! I have a husband obsessed with this man's rear end, a daughter who enjoys reading about topics far too mature for her, and a teacher who promotes this sort of perversion. Am I the only one that's not crazy?
No, you're the only one who lives under a rock. These books represent real people's lives. Just because you never experienced prejudice and apparently waited until you were married to have sex doesn't mean that the rest of the world lives that way. Why don't you go back to watching Desperate Housewives or something and mind your own business?
That reminds me. There's a new episode of The Voice on tonight. Why don't you audition for it?
Let's stay on track here. Let me explain why I chose to teach these texts. I have some notes. I may refer to them throughout our conversation. All of them were picked for specific reasons. In today's world, there is a lot going on between political disputes, book banning, prejudice and racism, sexual assault. The list goes on and on. All of this is happening while young adults are trying to navigate their way through life. A person's teenage years are some of the most difficult and formative years of their lives. They are trying to figure out their place amongst peers, their social status, their purpose in the world, all while experiencing extreme physical and emotional changes. Kids often wonder if what they are going through is normal and does always have someone to talk to about it. I believe that representing unique obstacles in our readings from diverse perspectives offers my students some relief, a sort of explanation, and a character that they can connect with. This can be extremely comforting to some teenagers who otherwise may feel alone. Additionally, by representing diversified narratives, it allows the students to see the world through a different lens, which ultimately creates a greater sense of compassion and understanding of worldly viewpoints. That was beautiful.
Brave Bravely bold Sir Robin rode forth from Camelot. He was not afraid to die.